no again. I was trafficked on the streets of Dallas for over 2 years, and I've been indoors. Okay, for a year of those 2 years, I've been indoors, totally being harvested. And when I came to Dallas, the day I came to Dallas, as part of a $300 million muni bond hustle that nobody's acknowledged, part of what I was doing was investigating what I alleged was an effort to defraud the terrorist risk insurance program by orchestrating acts of terrorism and misrepresenting them as being about something else in one manner, and then trying to characterize other things as being about terrorism in an effort to defraud the federal program that had trillions of dollars of terrorism risk insurance associated with it following 9/11. And my contention was that somebody was trying to privatize certain aspects of the terrorism risk insurance program and use things that were part of the federal program and leverage the federal program in order to create all kinds of other products. I contended that cyber insurance, private cyber insurance, was part of this, and that because nobody had acknowledged how the Affordable Care Act was a cover up for forced cybernetic enhancements of people to literally use us and launder money through us as part of the crypto economy, that it ends up having an impact on other things we're supposed to be connected to, like, I don't know, municipal finance schemes. So when you are dealing with non-compliant people, or there's some need to recharacterize accounts fairly quickly, and there might be some non-compliance because somebody just doesn't agree with what you've socially engineered them into, then you get hacking of municipal finance or municipal entities. Or maybe somebody tries to report fraud or crime, and they have a compelling case, but you default on your own surety because you refuse to respond to the report and you refuse to prosecute the crime. And in the course of that, you have to bury the evidence. So you get hacked and end up losing a bunch of documents at a strategic moment, especially if there's some sort of policy or legislative change which justifies an attempt to try to get appropriations for cyber insurance. I just friggin' found this. I can't believe this exists. Here is a report from the Treasury, from the United States Treasury, that is annual report on the insurance industry, Federal Insurance Office, September 2019, presumably completed pursuant to Title IX of the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform Act. And I'm looking right here at this page. Hold on a second. It's this crazy. I can't believe this. Right here, page 28. In 2019, FEMA also transferred a portion of its risk to the capital markets, as it had in 2018, through catastrophe bonds, a form of alternative risk transfer. What is alternative risk transfer? Is that what happened after you intentionally defraud FEMA on the cusp of its pending bankruptcy, and use the defrauding of FEMA to defraud the federal government to get HUD assistance to cover up for badly planned and executed municipal financing schemes that refuse to prosecute racketeering connected to fraud? And so you have a catastrophe, and then you can get a, what did they say? A alternative risk transfer in the form of a catastrophe bond? Okay. Let's take the, okay. See section VI.B2 of this report. What does that say? Alternative risk transfer insurance products. This is the best part. The U.S. insurance market includes a small but innovative segment that employs alternative risk transfer, ART, financial instruments in order to augment risk shifting in insurance markets. The most widely known ART instrument is the Catastrophe bond, but the market also includes ILS, collateralized reinsurance, industry loss warranties, ILWs, reinsurance sidecars, longevity swaps, and catastrophe futures. A little further down. Moreover, the range of participants in the markets has broadened and now includes, among other things, the federal government with the NFIP catastrophe bonds. One 2019 catastrophe bond involves both a new peril and a new participant. Is that new peril COVID-19? Discussed in section 3.A.2d of this report is whatever the federal government with the NFIP catastrophe bond is. Let's go. Let's see what this says. Reinsurance for the National Flood Insurance Program. The NFIP is a federal flood insurance and risk management program managed by FEMA. For several years, FEMA has used reinsurance to manage NFIP exposure through risk transfer to private reinsurers and the capital markets, and to promote private sector participation in flood risk management. FIO has provided FEMA with technical insurance expertise about reinsurance and alternative risk instruments, beginning with FEMA's pilot reinsurance program in 2016 and continuing through its April 2019 capital markets placement. There's a footnote. So, let me ask, 2016, reinsurance program in 2016, did this have anything to do with the election? And maybe major transfers of assets connected to speculation on the election that may have taken a year to be implemented? And what was this April 2019 capital markets placement? It wouldn't have anything to do with fraudulent misrepresentation of what was going on through the judicial process in attempting directly to say that there was intentional misreporting and fraud involved with defrauding the federal flood insurance program with the express intention of laundering private property belonging to people into the private insurance marketplace after an illegal misrepresentation of the need for an emergency intervention, because the facts of the matter were intentionally misreported and people were intentionally compelled to participate in alleged emergency paradigms that expropriated their private property to be laundered through the federal government to speculators in a private insurance marketplace. That's exactly what this report says. National Flood Insurance Program's reinsurance program, this is the best part, FEMA, last updated July 11th, 2019. Guess what, guys? I literally got the fucking Senate security on this goddamn report.